When 20-year-old Jack Chen takes a simple photo, he triggers a glitch in the universe that sucks him into a painting from 1920. Suddenly, he's not a student anymore. He's a stranger in a hostile land, caught between Japanese soldiers and Korean assassins hiding on the rooftops. With his eccentric professor by his side and a geisha who steals his heart, Jack has to stop a murder that will change history forever. But in a world where opium destroys lives and freedom is a crime, can a boy from the future survive the roaring 20s? Let's find out. The story follows Jack Chen Yuxi, a 20-year-old college student living in Taipei. Jack is quiet, sad, and confused about his life. His family has a long history. His grandfather moved to Taiwan from Anxi in Guangzhou, China, in the mid-19th century. Jack's life changed very early. When he was only 5 years old, he lost his mother. She suffered from long-term depression and sadly died after taking too many pills. After her death, Jack grew up without a mother, and his father was always busy with work. Because of this, Jack feels lonely and unsure about his future. He doesn't know what he really wants to do in life. At college, Jack has a very strange but lovable history teacher. Everyone calls him Professor P, and some students also jokingly call him Professor Pig. Jack and his friends often visit his office for private lessons and casual talks. One day, during one of these private classes, Jack notices an old and unusual camera in Professor P's room. Out of curiosity, Jack uses the camera to take a photo of a wall clock. Suddenly, Jack remembers something important. He quickly gives the camera back, rushes out of the room, and leaves with his friends. Professor P feels confused by their sudden exit. A moment later, something strange happens. Professor P notices that the wall clock has stopped for a short time after Jack took its photo. Shocked, he quietly thinks to himself, "Is he the one?" Meanwhile, Jack is running because he wants to wish his girlfriend a happy birthday. However, instead of being happy, she breaks up with him. Jack gives her a teddy bear, but he forgets that she is allergic to soft toys. The next day, Jack goes on a school trip to the Tiann Museum with his classmates and Professor P. Long ago, during the Japanese rule in the 1920s, Tiann was the richest and most lively area in Taiwan. The museum shows many old objects from that time. One important place in the museum is the water dungeon, where Taiwan's founding father, Dr. Chang, was once locked up by the Japanese. Jack looks closely at the dungeon wall and sees some words carved into it. The sentence says, "The flower of youth is," but it feels unfinished. Near the dungeon, a man gives Jack and his friends special souvenir coin with Dr. Chang's face on it. Jack keeps walking through the museum and soon stops in front of a famous painting called South Street Festival. The painting shows how Tiann looked long ago during a big celebration. When Professor P sees Jack staring at it, he gives him the same old camera again and asks him to take a photo of the painting. Jack agrees and clicks the picture. Suddenly, time freezes once more. People stop moving, sounds disappear, and the painting slowly comes to life. Before Jack can understand what is happening, he is pulled into the painting and sent back in time to Taiwan in the year 1922. In this new world, Jack meets his friend Black Cat and Black Cat's younger brother. But something feels strange. They don't recognize Jack at all. Thinking he is just a stranger, they drag him along to join a local cultural parade. During the event, Jack gets into trouble with a rich textile businessman named Mr. Lin. Just when things start to get dangerous, a woman named Miss Ginger steps in and saves Jack. She looks exactly like Jack's mother. Ginger owns a clothing shop and is the biggest rival of Mr. Lin. Jack is shocked to see someone who looks like his mother, but Ginger does not recognize him either. Confused, scared, and emotional, Jack faints. He wakes up the next day inside Miss Ginger's house. Still trying to understand what is happening, Jack goes out with Black Cat and his friends to explore the streets. At the market, they are threatened by Wensho, the cruel son of Mr. Lin. Later, Jack discovers that a man named Master Pig works as a tailor for Miss Ginger. Shockingly, Master Pig looks exactly like Professor P. Angry and confused, Jack argues with him, blaming him for trapping him inside the painting. Master Pig denies knowing Jack. Their loud fight catches the attention of the Japanese police. Once again, Miss Ginger steps in and calmly leads the officers away, saving them. After this, Master Pig finally tells the truth. He admits who he really is and explains that he played a role in bringing Jack to this time. He takes Jack to his theater and promises to explain everything later when the time is right. Jack soon learns that Master Pig is actually Professor P. In this world, he works not only as a tailor, but also as a theater director. While watching a performance, Jack notices a beautiful girl named Rose sitting in the audience. He falls for her instantly. Rose and her friends are geishas, girls trained to entertain people through music, dance, and conversation. To impress Rose, Jack joins the play and takes the role of a tree. As the show begins, he changes the serious love story into a funny one, just to make her laugh. His comedy is so good that the audience laughs nonstop, holding their stomachs in joy. The play suddenly stops when Japanese officers rush into the theater. One officer announces that the Crown Prince of Japan will visit Taiwan in the coming week. Because of this visit, all non-Japanese shows and performances will be banned until he leaves. Professor P and the others refuse to accept this order. They do not want to bow down to Japanese control. At that moment, Rose bravely stands up and starts singing a traditional Taiwanese song. Her song is a clear act of protest against the Japanese rule. Soon more people join her. The whole crowd begins to sing together. The Japanese officers cannot control everyone, so they angrily leave the place in shame. Later, Jack finds a drawing that shows present-day Taiwan. He believes this picture might help him return to his own time. He tries to use it, but nothing happens. Professor P explains that the picture is incomplete, so it cannot work as a time portal. He also tells Jack that to travel through time, a person must make a wish with their whole heart. Professor P then shares his past. He says that he came to tiann with a dream of becoming rich. That is where he met Miss Ginger and fell deeply in love with her. Since then, he has been traveling in and out of tiann, earning money and trying to win Ginger's love. He makes a deal with Jack. If Jack helps keep other men away from Ginger, the professor will help complete the painting so Jack can go back home. Jack agrees. Even after this, Professor P continues trying to impress Ginger, but she still does not accept his love. Meanwhile, Jack grows closer to the actors in the professor's theater. Using his knowledge from the 21st century, Jack helps them improve their music and change their costumes, making their play more exciting and modern. One day, Rose visits a nearby shop. Many men, including Wensho, are trying to impress her. When Jack hears this, he rushes there with his guitar. He sings the happy birthday song for Rose. She is deeply touched by his singing. Impressed and happy, Rose finally introduces herself properly to Jack, and they start talking. Just as they are getting closer, their moment is interrupted. Outside the shop, a powerful speech begins. It is being given by Chiang Wei-shui, a famous doctor and freedom fighter who speaks against injustice and inspires the people of Taiwan. In his powerful and emotional speech, Chiang Wei-shui openly speaks against the Japanese rule. He talks about how the Japanese are controlling Taiwan and forcing people to grow opium, which is slowly destroying Taiwanese society. His words are strong and fearless. Soon after, Japanese officers arrive and begin pushing the crowd away. People are forced to leave. Jack and Black Cat quickly run and hide inside a nearby shop. By coincidence, Mr. Lin enters the same shop with his son, Wensho. Mr. Lin angrily scolds Wensho for listening to Dr. Chang's speech. He tells him that such actions could ruin their secret business ties with the Japanese. Mr. Lin reminds his son that their fabric business is successful only because the Japanese support and invest in it. Jack and Black Cat quietly listen and realize the truth behind Mr. Lin's loyalty to the occupiers. Over the next few days, Jack stays busy with the theater group. They prepare the geisha girls for a grand party at the governor's mansion, where many important local guests will attend. During this time, Jack grows closer to Rose. He tells her the truth, that he comes from the future, and explains that one day, Japanese rule will finally end. Rose listens with hope and shares her own dream. She wants to become a real singer someday, not just an entertainer. At the governor's party, Dr. Chang once again speaks boldly and clashes with the Japanese officials. Tension fills the room. Before things turn violent, Rose steps forward and performs beautifully. Her song calms everyone and saves the situation. Later that night, Jack pulls Rose away from the crowd, and they quietly explore the large governor's mansion together. When they see guards approaching, they hide inside a water dungeon. In that quiet moment, Jack talks about the future. He says that life becomes so easy and comfortable that people slowly lose their passion. They forget their youth, their dreams, and what truly matters. Moved by his words, Rose picks up a tool and carves the words, "The flower of youth is," onto the dungeon wall. Then she kisses Jack. At that moment, Jack finally understands what true love really means. On his way home later that night, Jack sees Miss Ginger secretly leaving her house. Curious and worried, he follows her and discovers she has gone to an opium club. Inside, he finds Ginger completely with Professor P sitting beside her. This scene reminds Jack of his mother, who was addicted to pills before she died. Filled with anger and pain, Jack yells at the professor for allowing Ginger to destroy herself and forcefully takes her back home. When Ginger finally regains her senses, she opens up to Jack. She reveals that 10 years ago, she lost both her husband and her young son to cholera. The pain of losing her child never left her. She uses to escape that pain, even if only for a short while. Jack listens silently, understanding her sorrow more deeply than ever. Jack slowly understands the truth. The professor needs money so he can buy opium for Ginger and help her escape her pain. Ginger admits that she does like the professor, but she cannot be with him. He keeps disappearing again and again, as if he does not belong to this world. It is also revealed that Japanese rule has spread lies among the Taiwanese people. They are made to believe that if an opium addict stops using they will die. Because of this fear, many people stay addicted. Jack decides to fight this injustice. He promises to help Ginger and all the Taiwanese people who are suffering because of opium. With the help of Chiang Wei-shui, Jack starts spreading awareness and telling people the truth. He also forces the professor to burn down the local opium house. This brave action makes both Dr. Chang and Professor P enemies of the Japanese rulers. Soon, Japanese officers come to Ginger's house to arrest the professor. At that moment, Mr. Lin steps in. For the first time, he openly speaks against the Japanese occupation. Suddenly, chaos breaks out. During the confusion, a Japanese officer's gun fires by mistake, and Ginger is badly shot. The officer then gives a cruel order He tells all hospitals not to treat anyone with gunshot wounds. After that, he leaves to arrest Dr. Cheng. With no other choice, Jack takes Ginger to the theater and decides to take her to the future so she can get medical help. After everyone leaves, Wenshou realizes that the same bullet has also hit his father. Dr. Chang arrives, but it is too late. Mr. Lin dies in Wenshou's arms. At the theater, Jack makes a big decision. He asks the professor to take Ginger to the future, while he chooses to stay behind. Jack has finally found his purpose in life. Dr. Chang is arrested for treason, and poor Taiwanese people are banned from appearing in public because of the upcoming visit of Hirohito. Seeing this injustice, Wenshou and his friends join Jack's group. Together, they plan to rescue Dr. Chang. One night, the geisha girls distract the guards. Jack and the boys sneak in and free Dr. Chang from the infamous water dungeon. At the same time, a local opium trader, whose business is being ruined by Dr. Chang's campaign, hires Korean assassins. Their plan is to kill the Japanese prince and blame Dr. Chang for it. Dr. Chang learns about this dangerous plan in time. Even though his life is at risk, he promises to protect the prince, knowing it is the only way to save innocent people and prove the truth. Jack and his friends spread a rumor all over the town. They tell people that anyone who does not come to Prince Hirohito's welcome ceremony will be cursed. Their plan is to gather a very large crowd so the assassins cannot act easily. On the day the prince arrives, Professor P also comes back from the future. As the prince walks toward Ginger's shop, Jack and the professor spot danger. They see the assassins hiding on a rooftop, ready to shoot the prince. Everything happens in seconds. Professor P throws the magical painting toward the bullet. At the same time, Jack and Rose jump in front of it, ready to give their lives. Just before anything terrible happens, Professor P takes a photo of Jack, Rose, the bullet, and the painting together. In that moment, all of them are sent to present-day Taiwan. Back in 1923 Taiwan, Chiang Wei-shui and many Taiwanese people shout for freedom and equality in front of Prince Hirohito's parade. Dr. Chang is arrested, becoming the first Taiwanese person jailed for asking for freedom. After this, the colonial government starts hunting down everyone who supported him. Professor P is now fully back in the present. He prepares to send Jack and Rose back to the past. At this moment, Jack stops Rose and tells her his choice. He says he wanted to go with her, but he likes who he has become. He is brave and a little reckless now. He tells her that the 1920s were her best time, not his. His best days are still ahead. He wants to stay and teach people about their true history. Jack kisses Rose goodbye, both of them crying as they part. Ginger then arrives. Jack hugs her tightly, crying with happiness. To Professor P's delight, Ginger says she has decided to stay with him in the present. Later, Jack walks alone through the TTT Museum. He goes to the water dungeon and reads the words on the wall. The sentence is now complete. The flower of youth is the blooming rose. Jack realizes that he finished Rose's sentence when he was with her in the past. All the happy moments he shared with her come back to his mind, and he finally breaks down in tears. After that, Jack meets his friends and hugs them more warmly than ever before. They sit by the water and talk about their dreams and hopes. The movie ends with Jack seeing a girl nearby who looks just like a blooming rose. He smiles softly. So now, what did you think of this movie? Tell me in the comments. If you liked the video, please hit the like button. For more videos like this, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, bye.